Some of the scariest, creepiest horror movies never even hit theaters. Yeah, you heard that right. These films skipped the big screens entirely and went straight to DVD or streaming, which is wild when you realize some of them are absolute gems. This list isn't about box office hits, it's really about those underrated horror movies that never even made it to the theater, whether because the budget was too small or other reasons involved. I mean, some studios didn't think these movies would perform and they kind of got left out, but that's really what adds to their charm. Straight to DVD and streaming horror movies have a reputation of being low quality, but in reality, they are some of the greatest, scariest, and well-made horror movies that you'll ever see. From intense found footage scares to clever slasher twists and anthology style chaos, these movies prove that you do not need a theatrical release to leave a lasting impression. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and get ready because we're going to be counting down 5 horror movies that were released straight to DVD or straight to streaming. Some are cult classics, some are slept on gems, but all of these deserve way more attention. So let's get into them. Our first movie is Hell House LLC 3 Lake of Fire from 2019. Hell House LLC 3 is honestly one of the most underappreciated horror movies of this decade. The tensions, the scares, and the meta-ness of this movie make it feel way bigger than you would expect, especially since it was released straight to streaming. This one picks up right where the other series left off following the aftermath of the haunted Hell House events. Investigators, journalists, and thrill seekers are drawn to the Abaddon Hotel to document the horrors that took place, only to realize the evil hasn't gone anywhere. The movie blends interviews, surveillance footage, and first-person POVs to create an unsettling, claustrophobic atmosphere that keeps you on edge the entire time. Expect creeping tension, sudden scares, and some truly gruesome moments that make the previous installments pale in comparison. What makes Lake of Fire stand out isn't just the scares, but their ability to keep it expanding the lore and their ability to, also connect it to the rest of the franchise, but still have that found footage aspect in there at the same time. Even though it didn't get a theatrical release, you still feel the suspense and the different layers it has with the horror. The acting is solid, the story has clever callbacks to the first 2 films, and the pacing keeps this thing rolling and keeps the tension high. So if you're a fan of haunted house or haunted hotel movies, this one is right up your alley. Fun fact, this movie went straight to streaming because the first 2 movies in the franchise, they were successful, but not in theaters. The decision actually worked in its favor. The movie found its audience faster through digital platforms, and horror fans could actually binge the trilogy from home without waiting. Plus, the movie sneaks in clever nods to fan theories and unanswered questions from the previous films, which makes it feel like a reward for longtime viewers. You can currently find Hell House LL3 3 Lake of Fire on Tubi, Pluto TV, and pretty much anywhere for free. Our second movie is Creep from 2014. Creep is one of those films that feels tiny in scale but massive in what it's able to do. This film builds an unbearable sense of unease and being uncomfortable around these characters. The psychological terror sticks with you long after this movie's over and really leaves you thinking about what you would do in this certain situation. It's a perfect example of how low budget horror can punch way above its weight. The story follows a videographer who answers an online ad to film a man named Joseph for a personal project. At first, it seems like a normal documentary shoot, but it quickly becomes clear that Joseph is not normal at all. The tension ratchets up through awkward interactions, bizarre behavior, and moments of pure dread, leaving the audience unsure of what's real and what's a setup. Minimalistic, claustrophobic, and character-driven, the movie keeps you on edge with every uncomfortable pause. Creep is an exercise in horror restraint. It doesn't rely on jump scares or anything like that. It relies on the feeling that the character of Joseph builds and the danger that you can sense through the screen. It's terrifying because it feels real. It feels like you could actually get into the situation somehow in some terrible way. And what really pulls it together is the acting. It is so phenomenal. I mean, Mark Duplass as Joseph, really, he is the perfect person to play Joseph, and you can just feel how real it all feels with these 2 characters interacting throughout this whole film. Now here's the twist. Creep actually went straight to DVD and streaming for its initial release. The movie premiered at a few festivals, but the distributors recognized it would find its audience more effectively online, and they were right. Creep quickly developed a cult following, proving that digital platforms can be the perfect home for intimate psychological horror. The film's low budget actually worked in its favor, making every awkward, unsettling moment feel raw and authentic. You can currently find Creep streaming on Netflix and Apple. Our third movie is Haunt from 2019. Haunt is a haunted attraction movie that leans into its modern slasher type of vibe. And if you know this channel, if you know me, you know I absolutely love this film. We've talked about it many times on here, but I just couldn't leave it out of this video. You guys know I love haunted house attraction settings, and this one nails it perfectly and is just one of my favorite modern slashers that we've gotten. The story follows a group of friends who decide to explore a haunted house on Halloween night. What starts as a fun night of thrills quickly turns into a nightmare as the attraction reveals itself to be more than just the actors and costumes. A group of sadistic killers is actually hunting them. The movie keeps you guessing on each room, delivering new, terrifying surprises and inventive death traps. Haunt is an absolute adrenaline rush. The pacing is relentless and it absolutely nails that feeling of being trapped in, a haunted attraction that you could see yourself being in this position, being in a haunted attraction that just goes terribly south and everything possibly goes wrong. It's scary, chaotic, and definitely perfect for you if you're into slashers, or especially modern slashers, because in my opinion, this is one of the best to do it recently. The practical effects are especially satisfying, with each new kill bringing you something more creative and kind of satisfying, but only in a horror sense. And of course, the haunted attraction setting just gives it an edge over really any other slasher, because it is just the perfect place to place a slasher movie, a horror movie in general, because all horror fans, at least me, I love Halloween. It's really what got me into horror. And when you place it in a spot that's supposed to feel safe, horror fans, Halloween fans go to these haunted attractions every year, and you hope that this never happens, but it's always in the back of your mind because it is pretty creepy. But there is a unique story behind its release. So Haunt went straight to digital and streaming platforms after a limited theatrical release. The distributors recognized that the movie's intense niche horror style would resonate more with streaming audiences who enjoy quick, high-energy horror rather than waiting in theaters. This allowed it to gain a cult following online, especially among horror fans who love extreme haunted house setups. You can currently find Haunt on Shudder, Roku, and Plex. Our fourth movie is Grave Encounters 2 from 2012. Grave Encounters 2 is a found footage sequel that takes its asylum type of setting to the next level. It's meta, self-aware, and surprisingly scary. Honestly, one of the scariest movies that I can think of. And especially if you love the first film. And if you used to watch the Try Not to Get Scared challenges on YouTube, one of the jump scares in this movie you would recognize. The film builds on the haunted asylum legend while kind of tying paranormal to the real world. The movie follows a horror blogger who becomes obsessed with the first Grave Encounters film. Determined to prove it was real, he and his crew travel to the abandoned Collingwood Psychiatric Hospital, only to find that the building is just as deadly and much stranger than the first group experienced. The film cleverly blurs the line between reality and the supernatural, with each twist and jump scare keeping you on edge. This film explores the lore and expands it in a way that's genuinely unsettling for that asylum. I really do like how the lore is expanded and how it takes a paranormal twist and also a fantasy kind of twist in there, which I think is pretty awesome. Or mythology, if you will. The found footage vibe, again, feels very authentic, and it makes it even scarier because you experience this with the characters instead of just hearing about it or them telling another character what they just saw. You get to see it POV. Also, you do have that green screen kind of effect where it's in the night vision, so I think that just makes it even more scary. It's a must-watch for paranormal horror fans and really trapped horror fans as well. It kind of puts it together in kind of a thriller, but a terrifying thriller kind of fashion. Grave Encounters 2 went straight to DVD for its initial release. The first movie had a strong cult following online, and distributors realized that releasing the sequel directly to streaming platforms and home media would reach its dedicated fanbase more effectively than a limited theatrical run. This allowed fans to watch it immediately at home and helped the movie find a new audience, making it a staple in the hidden horror gems community. You can currently find Grave Encounters 2 on Tubi and Pluto TV, to name just a few. Our fifth movie is Trick or Treat from 2007. I'm sure all of you guys knew this one had to be on this list somewhere. It might be the most successful horror movie to be released straight to DVD. Trick or Treat is a modern horror anthology that goes into the mythical and lore of Halloween and really embodies that Halloween vibe. And that's why this is one of my favorite horror movies ever, because the Halloween vibe is absolutely outrageously beautiful. It is perfect. I love the spooky universe that it's in. It's dark, twisted, and perfectly embodies that feeling of Halloween, like I was saying, that a lot of movies fail to do. A lot of movies try to get the Halloween vibe, but no one, in my opinion, really has done it as well as Trick or Treat. Maybe a few, but this one is up there when it goes to Halloween setting, Halloween vibes. They go all out. The interconnected tales kind of make it feel like every Halloween myth or legend you've ever heard come together all in one terrible, terrifying night. Set on Halloween night, the movie weaves together multiple stories in a small town, a group of teens partying, a mysterious school principal with a dark secret, a trick-or-treating vampire, and more. At the center of it all is a mischievous little character, Sam, who enforces the rules on Halloween in his own twisted way. Each tale intersects in clever ways, culminating in a night full of scares, dark humor, and eerie surprises. What makes Trick or Treat so special is how it fully embodies the feeling of Halloween. Every frame is packed with decorations, foggy streets, pumpkins, all the feelings of Halloween that really put you in the vibe and the perfect mood for that season. This is one that I really recommend to watch on maybe September or October 1st to get you going in that spooky season. Also, it's a good one to watch in the middle of the summer when, you're far from Halloween and you miss it, and you just got to give it a watch to go time travel to the spooky season just for a couple hours. It is scary without being over the top, but the humor is still funny enough to keep you entertained. It is pretty funny. If you love films where all the details lead to the overall vibe, then this one is a must-watch. If you love Halloween, this one's a must-watch as well. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this one, but for whatever reason you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. But interestingly enough, Trick or Treat had a delayed release. It was completed in 2007, but didn't get a wide theatrical release until 2009. Due to its niche appeal and fears about marketability, it went straight to festivals and then home video / streaming, where it quickly became a cult favorite. Its home release helped it find the perfect audience, Halloween enthusiasts who adore every creepy detail. You can currently find Trick or Treat streaming on Tubi for free. Alright, those are my 5 horror movies that went straight to DVD or streaming, but if I had to pick just one for you to watch, my top recommendation, it's going to be Hell House LLC 3, The Lake of Fire. I just love how it digs deep into its own lore while still delivering some terrifying moments. Honestly, one of the scariest jump scares ever is in this film, and the scariest moment with that clown is in this movie. So if you love that clown, you like scary stuff, when you see the scene, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. The scares hit hard, and honestly, the twist ending I did not see coming at all. I was truly blindsided, and I was very appreciative of the twist ending. I thought it really mixed things up in the franchise, and I thought it was an amazing touch. Now, I could have easily gone with Trick or Treat or Haunt, some of my favorite movies ever that were on this list, but I feel Hell House LLC 3 just needs more love than it gets. It's easy to overlook because it's a sequel, but it proves that horror franchises can still innovate and scare even years later and years into its franchise after even a few movies. I mean, this is the 3rd one. If anyone loves deep, atmospheric, scary stories with, kind of a haunted vibe, then this is going to be a must-watch for you. And honestly, I don't know if I still believe this, but I think this might be my favorite in the whole Hell House LLC franchise. And this is one of my favorite franchises ever. So this movie is awesome. If you've seen any of these movies, let me know down in the comments below. And if I missed any, let me know as well, because I want to find these hidden gems. So if you got any for me, let me know right down below. Please drop a like and hit that subscribe button, or the clown from Hell House LLC will be in your nightmares tonight. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have a blessed day, and peace.